What's going on, all my loyal Dragon Knights out there in the Dragon Den? King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superheroes Gamma 1. Gamma 1 is a sharp looking figure and he has a lot of nice details, but before we get on to that, let's run through his accessories. Gamma 1 has 5 different head sculpts which all look really good. He has a pair of fists, grip hands, expressive hands, flat palmed hands, his arms crossed, and 2 different blasters. He also includes Super Saiyan hair for Ultimate Gohan, as well as 3 different facial Super Saiyan expressions. So Gamma 1 has some parts for not only himself but the Ultimate Gohan figure. So with that out of the way, let's run through his details. As I stated earlier, Gamma 1 is a sharp looking figure and I loved his design. He has a single crest on his head as well as these little ear pieces which look nice. I really do like the expression done on Gamma 1 here. Skin tone is done with a really dark gray and a lighter gray for his mouth and his ears. Gamma 1 is wearing this bright yellow uniform which looks really nice on this figure. On his chest he does have a red number 1 and we do have some buttons going up and down his uniform, and then we also have his red cape. His cape is done in 2 parts. We have a softer plastic at his shoulders and then we have a very rigid piece for the main cape. Overall, not a fan of how rigid this cape is. A flexible plastic would have been much better for this figure. His uniform is very consistent. I love the shade of yellow that they have on him. On his left arm we have the red ribbon logo on his shoulder, and on the right arm we don't have any design on it. On the cuff of his sleeves we do have those gray buttons which look good, and then he is wearing a pair of black gloves. He is wearing a black belt with a silver belt buckle with an upside down L on it. On the right side of his belt we do have his blaster which is holstered nicely. If you don't want his blaster at his side, you can remove it from its holster. Down at his waist his shirt does come down covering most of his lower torso, but it is done in a softer plastic so it gets out of the way. Continuing down his uniform, he is wearing a pair of yellow pants which are puffy at the thighs going down to his boots tucked in nicely. He is wearing a pair of glossy black boots and those have some good details, some line work at the top of his ankle going all the way down to his heeled boots. His soles are done in a matte finish so it does contrast the boots really nicely. So overall, Gamma 1 has some really good detail and he looks pretty accurate to what we saw in the movie. So with that out of the way, let's actually compare him to our usual suspects. Having him compared, we have the Marvel Legends Cyclops and the DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Scale Series and the Mezco 112 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have Gamma 1 posed next to the SH Figuarts Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 2. Gamma 1 is stacking up really nicely to other figures, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his articulation. Gamma 1 has a ball joint at his head and at his neck. Butterfly hinges move forward and back on his shoulders. Ball hinge arms going out to the side and do a full 360. He has a bicep swivel and double jointed elbows. He has a ball hinge in the wrist, ball hinge upper torso, and ball jointed lower torso. Legs do kick forward, back, out to the side, and we have thigh swivel. He has a double hinge in the knee, double ball joint in his ankle, and then we have a toe hinge. Finally, we do have a swivel hinge in his cape. Overall, really nice clean articulation on Gamma 1, so with his accessories, details, comparisons, and his articulation out of the way, let's move on to my final thoughts. Gamma 1 is a really excellent figure for the Dragon Ball Super SH Figuarts collection. Gamma 1 has a healthy array of accessories, not just for himself but also optional parts for the Ultimate Gohan figure. It's very rare that we get a lot of accessories from Bandai, but Gamma 1 here exemplifies what Bandai should be doing with the Dragon Ball line. The optional parts give you so many display choices with Gamma 1, and the included Super Saiyan hair for Ultimate Gohan, that is just icing on the cake. I really like the fact that we got 3 different facial expressions for Super Saiyan Gohan as well as the Super Saiyan hair. It's really a good thing when Bandai throws in additional accessories for not just the main figure that you get but also a figure that you may have in your collection. The biggest downside to this figure is his plastic cape. I really would like to see fabric capes for the SH Figuarts line moving forward. The cape is a little bit bulky and it does make posing him a little bit tricky because it is a solid piece of plastic with zero give to it. If you can move past that, Gamma 1 is a really nice figure, but there is one downside to him. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were exclusive to Premium Bandai, so if you were unable to pre-order them from Bandai's premium site, unfortunately you do have to go to secondhand market for both Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Gamma 1 is a very faithful representation of what we saw on screen, so if you want to pick him up, definitely try tracking him down as well as Gamma 2. Gamma 1 is a really fun figure with a lot of nice detail, so I really do recommend adding him to your Dragon Ball Super collection. So with that being said, my loyal Dragonites, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super videos. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And as always, I'm KingofDragons 5000 coming at you from the Dragon Den. Be safe, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.